we met in the apartment I was living in, and we just talked, and I wasn't even so comfortable with it, but I didn't even know from what end, and I just shared my room number to him. That was so stupid. And the next thing I know, he's in front of my door. What are you doing? I came to visit you. How does that work?
Visit you out?
Visit me in the night. How does that work? So me being a very friendly person, I can be I can be someone that is so disciplined too. So I wasn't okay with it, and I accepted. He came in, we sat down in the living room, we saw a few movies. I was so uncomfortable, but I was just trying to be friendly. And in the end, you are telling me you like me so much. Guy, when did you meet me?
Hey guys, welcome back to another interesting episode of the Unashamed series. Thank you so much guys, for as many who have been watching, liking, leaving comments. I am super grateful to you guys. Thank you so very much. Okay, we had to take a little bit of a break last week, but we are back again. And today guys, when me and Bolaji came on the channel, we talked about Christy. Okay, you guys have been hearing about Christy and Bolaji, especially Christy, and I am so excited today that Christy is here. She's here to share our side, her own journey with us. Yes, every time that me, Bolaji and Christy meet, we always say we'll do a video, but we never ever get around to doing it. But this is such a, anyways, we are happy. Okay, we are all in different countries, and yes, I won't say anything. I will let her introduce herself, but before we go there, Christy has a channel here on YouTube. It's Christy Canon M, right? Yeah, awesome. Yeah, Christy Canon. I'm going to leave it linked below. I'll also leave it right here so you guys can see it. Please make sure you go to her channel, follow her, watch her videos. She shares very interesting content about relocation, especially if you're looking to relocate to Turkey and all of that. She also shares a lot of lifestyle content and all of that, so I'm sure you guys would enjoy it. So please go to her channel and subscribe to her channel, okay? Anyways, without talking too much, yes, we have a very interesting topic to discuss today. And we already planned to talk about this, but in the last video I did, someone actually asked that we do a video to talk about this, someone sharing their experience, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. So without talking too much, Christy, can you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, hi everybody. Hi everyone, my name is Chris. Only Damola calls me Christy, don't mind her. My name is Christy Canon. I am currently living in Turkey. I'm doing my master's program here in Istanbul, Turkey, and Damola and I have been, Victoria and I have been friends for a very long time. And
yeah, 9 years, guys, 9 years.
Okay, this is me. Yeah. I'm from Cross River State in Nigeria. Yeah, and we schooled together in Ghana. Then we moved down here then I moved to Turkey, and she went to the US. So pretty much that's everything about me I can say for now.
Yeah, so yeah, thank you so much for coming on the channel. Anyways guys, so there's a jackpot syndrome going on in Nigeria now. Everyone is relocating, people are leaving the country, and a lot of single people. I always say on this channel that it is seen moving abroad is difficult for you when you're married, because sometimes coming together, it's not always easy, but there's a different struggle when you're single. Absolutely. Because then you're trying to date, trying to get married, trying to settle down, but then you are in a place that is outside of your zone. You're tall, dark and handsome. They are not plenty there. Okay, I know Christy has always said she wanted to marry a Yoruba man. I don't know if that is still by the way, Christy is single, please, with a fire husband.
Oh my god.
Anyways, anyways, I just wrote that in there. Okay, the last time I brought Bolaji here, the amount of proposals she got, she had to tell me what's going on. So guys, anyways, so I know it can be very, very tough, staying there and all of that, but I want you to share your own journey. I know that you're single, actively single and searching. I would say, if I'm wrong, you might correct me. I know I am not wrong, Sha. But how has it been for you? First of all, let's start from your single days in Nigeria. If you are to compare it now and then and then in Turkey, would you say that it was better when you were in Nigeria compared to now? What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it was better when I was in Nigeria compared to here. Okay. Yes, because in my case, the only issue I had when I was in Nigeria was that I was a workaholic. So I was always
Oh
either
my God.
at work or
let
in
me keep
church.
quiet.
I was always working. So I really did not have time to like go out and mingle and just, you know, make friends and all of that, except in church. But here, the difference here is, why here is even worse, is that first of all, Turkey is a Muslim country. It's a country that is 98% Muslim and about 2% Christians. So that already tells you that the everyday people you meet, they are mostly Muslims. And me being someone that is from a very strong Christian background, I would say it's kind of an issue for me to like, oh, maybe mingling. I can mingle in and be friends with you, but I just know that there's a barrier there, very strong barrier there of two cannot work together except they agree, you know, that kind of a thing. So it's just a major issue for me. But aside that, it's tougher out there, it's tougher here, because in Nigeria it is we you know, you're meeting your Igbo brothers, your Yoruba brothers, whichever tribe they are from. It's easier because they are your people. But here you are first of all learning to be so open-minded and to be so accepting of different cultures and different perspectives to things. You are meeting people from, for example, you meet a lot of people here that are from, like, let's say Pakistan, and being a Nigerian that is living in Nigeria, you have already this notation about Pakistani people or these Palestine people, you know, you have that notation already. But then you come in here, you meet them, and they are nothing like what you already had in mind.
Tell us what we don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
They are fine.
So it makes it
tall,
so it makes it difficult for you to start on learning the things you knew already and start learning something new. So it's more difficult, actually. It is.
Okay, can you tell us a little bit about your dating, you know, journey, you know, in Nigeria, before we even get into the Turkey and the difficulties and all of that? What would you say, you know, has been the, well, I don't want to ask a question, I just want you to just take us through like your dating journey. How difficult or easy has it been? What are some of the barriers that you see, especially as a Christian, you know, trying to date right, trying to date the right person? You know, what is your own story in that regard?
Okay, so for my dating journey, you know already, I'm not really
but they don't know.
I'm not really someone that I've dated quite a lot, because there've always been one issue or the other. Probably you'd say all through university, I literally did not like date anybody all through university. I had a few very close friends, or a few situationships, crushes and situationships, you know about, but we really did not have any defined name for it because of different issues. Then after school, I was like, okay, now I'm done with school. The first class, I've gotten it. All those extra work hard, you've gotten it. Now I am now doing NYC. I want to explore. I want to go out into the dating world, you know. But then something always pushes you back, which is you go out there and you realize that the dating pool is not the same like what you had in mind. You are seeing a lot of people that call themselves Christians, and yet they are telling you so many things that you cannot even believe you are hearing from them. For example, like they're telling you things that are so sexual, things that are so, and you're wondering, are you sure you are a Christian? Because I'm looking forward to like dating and not just having a fling. Or people who just believe that for the first date we should be kissing already, or we should be making out, and that doesn't work for me. So that has always been an issue. And being that I wasn't really steady in Nigeria, so coming back to Nigeria to see how things were, and in a place like Abuja, I lived in Abuja, in a place like Abuja where it's always about the big boss, it's always about spending money. A guy believes that once he has money, he has you, and that doesn't work for someone like me, because like I've always been my own independent self. So it makes it really hard. It really makes it hard. But my dating journey in a whole, it hasn't been something I can build stacks on. It has just been here and there, friendships, close friends, and all of that. And even like the last person you'd say, oh, I had a situation with, was still not defined, because like I said, there's always so many barriers that stop these things.
Thanks for sharing that. Okay, so now let's go into your journey into being a Christian trying to date, right?
Yeah.
And let's talk about it from the Christian standpoint. There are certain things that we are abiding on, celibacy being a big part of it, and trying to find a guy who is willing to be that person with you, right?
Yeah.
Or do you think that has been a barrier for you? Has that been your story, that just that thing that I don't want us to do this before marriage? Has it been a reason for, has it been a factor for you in your relationships?
Yeah, actually it has because for the few situations or relationships I've been in, that has been a factor. Because first of all, I'm not trying to brag, but I'm a very attractive young lady, okay? I'm not trying to brag, but I'm a very attractive young lady, and it just makes things very difficult for some guys. Some people see you and they tell you, like, I like what I see, and that's why I'm after you. And maybe for me, I actually like the person, so it becomes an issue because now I like you, and I also have the God factor involved heavily for me. So I'm always turning between accepting and just holding on to the God factor. So it has always been an issue. For real, it has always been an issue. But one thing I would say that that puts it off for me is the mind. Like I always say, like where I am attracted to a guy's mind and the way he reasons, every other thing is not how do I say, any other thing is not that important. So one thing that puts me off is, even though I may be attracted to you physically, there's always an issue with your mind that puts me off completely, and that's just where I draw the line.
I see. Okay. And I also know among the three of us, right?
Yeah.
You are the most friendliest person ever. Like, it is hard for you to not be friends with Christy. Even if you don't want to be friends, by force you will be Christy's friends, because she's that person that when she walks into a place, she knows everybody. She's just like this. I don't even know how she does it. Like, Christy will resume work today. She's taking selfie with a co-worker. Me, it take me 1 year for me and Mercy that you guys know, to start to talk to each other. Like, that's how crazy it is. That's how difficult. But that's one thing that I love her free spirit. I love how much she's just such a she's a joy to be around, right? And I want to also know, like, has that trait of yours, has it ever been a reason for people to misunderstand you? And have you, because I know people who are like that, who are very open, very friendly and all of that, and I know that they often get misunderstood, especially when it comes to relationship wise, because sometimes, because you are being nice, they'll be like, oh, is she trying to come on to me or stuff like that? Has that been your own story?
Yes, absolutely, it has. But the thing many people don't understand, I think at some point, even you too, maybe you may have seen it a few times, is that irrespective of the fact that I'm so friendly and free with people, I have great walls that are around me. So it's so difficult for people to break through those walls. So I am that person that is life of the party. I am everywhere. But at the same time, when it comes to personal things that are very personal to me, I don't share them at all. You have to be absolutely close to me to know about those things. So it has been an issue, because many people see and think, oh, as long as she's this friendly, then it's easy for us to like make advances. But then when they come closer, they realize that this person is not what I thought this person was at all. So it has been like more of a wrong perception, one can say, more of a very wrong perception.
Okay, so now let's go into dating now. Okay, you're a young lady, beautiful, attractive, all of that, right? Before, when me and Christy were, when we're in school, she always talk about her Yoruba man fantasy and how, this is the kind of man she wants to marry and all of those things, okay? Now you are in a place that your options are very, very limited. Like, limited. Your spec is limited. Culture-wise, it's limited. Everything. It's like there's a small pool of guys, and with the guys, the kind of things I've heard. I mean, a lady, one of my friends, she's in the UK. She reached out to me and she's like, dating abroad is so tough. Like, she's like, all the Nigerian guys.
Yeah,
they are all honey guys. That the only thing they want is just to sleep with you. They are not, because they are trying to pay school fees. They don't really have time, for all of that. So when it's true now. So for you, how has that transition been for you? When did you come to that realization that okay, this is crazy?
Yeah, it has been crazy. Seriously, it is crazy. But okay, let me talk a bit about the guys I've met here so far. Okay, we're talking about African guys that I've met here so far. Like you said, half of them, they are just after the sex part. They are just after trying to sleep with you. They just believe that every black girl I see here, they are either hookup girls, or they are just easily swayed out, you understand? So that has been the case. I've had a few guys. For example, I can share one. I met this guy in the bus. I was going home at some point. I met this guy in the bus, and we just started talking. He was from Senegal, and we just started speaking French, and he was even just shocked that, oh, you are a Nigerian and you speak this good French. So it was just a good talk, and we exchanged numbers. And for me, it was something very platonic. But then by the time I would even get home and try to like make food to eat, and I just saw his message, "Hello, mom, baby," and that put me off straight up. Like, you don't know me. So from us talking about Turkey and talking about Africans, and the next minute you are calling me my baby, that's a great turn off.
One baby.
Yeah. So that was just immediately I just blocked him, because I was like, that's too wrong. Then there was another case that you meet another guy, and we met in the apartment I was living in, and we just talked, and I wasn't even so comfortable with it, but I didn't even know from what end, and I just shared my room number to him. That was so stupid. And the next thing I know, he's in front of my door. "What are you doing?" "I came to visit you." How does that work?
Visit you out?
Visit me in the night. How does that work? So me being a very friendly person, I can be someone that is so disciplined too. So I wasn't okay with it. And I accepted. He came in, we sat down in the living room, we saw a few movies. I was so uncomfortable, but I was just trying to be friendly. And in the end, you are telling me you like me so much. Guy, when did you meet me? You saw me just 4-5 hours ago downstairs, and you're already telling me you like me. It doesn't work that way. So I just told him, I am so new here and I'm just trying to find my foot, and let's see how this goes. The next 2 days, you're telling me you cooked a good soup, I should come and eat. I understand you are just trying to make a good gesture, but that was nothing for me. Come and eat.
You can't take me on a date.
What are you saying? So that was just it. And with those two instances, it has been so difficult sharing my numbers to black men, because I feel that that is always the case. And even when you talk about church guys, I have not really experienced them here like that in terms of being so out front. But most of the guys you see, once you just share your number, the next thing they're asking you is, "Mom, baby," they are just
come to my house.
Yes. So when it comes to African men here, it's really hard. It is. And some of them, they are not Christian based like that. Probably could be because of the culture here. So they just come to Istanbul and they don't really care about like the God factor or go to church or have anything like that. Imagine me talking to a guy and the guy is telling me, "I can't remember the last time I went to church." That already tells me, "Chris, what are you doing here?" Not that I'm judging the person, but I'm only seeing that we are not in the same
judge
path.
My sister, be judged.
We are not in the
when
same
it comes
path.
to relationship, be judged.
So I'm not judging the person, but I just feel like if you cannot even remember the last time you went to church, then how do I start conversations about God with you? I'm not trying to make you feel like I'm too holy. No, far from it, I'm not. But how do I even bring in the God factor when you've never been to church in years? So it's really hard. And then on the other side, where you have like the ones that are not Africans, most of them are Muslims, and they keep telling you, "Oh, I don't care, you can be anything, you can be a Christian, I won't stop your Christianity." It doesn't work that way.
All right, thank you for sharing that. That's really enlightening. I think one other last thing that I want us to talk about is when it comes to online dating. I have heard of online dating. I know about online dating and everything, but I think the first person who was close to me that I knew that was talking about online dating was you. So I want you to, because honestly, in America, the way we do in Nigeria, where you just walk, see a fine girl, you walk up to her and ask her for a number and stuff. They don't do that here. They don't know how to approach you. So if you see a guy approaching you, he's not from here. He's probably from where we are coming from. Since I came here, only one guy has approached me directly like that, and it was a Nigerian. Okay, so I'm just saying that, you know, what has been your own have you tried online dating, you know, home and abroad? And then, you know, what would you say the experience is like? Is this something you advise people to do as Christians?
Like, online dating is crazy. It is crazy. I've tried a few online dating apps when I was in Nigeria, but I almost felt like, in fact, the first ones I started, it felt like I was in a hookup center. That was just how it was. Like, you are talking to this guy, and first of all, I find it so hard to connect because I don't know you. I don't know you from, like, I don't know if your picture is your real picture. I don't know if the things you are telling me, they are real. You can be cooking up stories. So it's so difficult for me to even believe the things you say, okay? And then most of the times, they are always about, when can we meet? And I'm like, okay, maybe we can keep talking on phone. But like, oh no, I want to see you. Can we meet? And personally, I have an issue with that because I feel like if we meet, what exactly will we be talking about? So
but you can go on dates. You can go on dates. Right. You can, you know, get to know each other and stuff like that. I mean,
it's true. But you're asking me to send you my picture. I know those things are so normal, but I would be one of those old school kind of person that is still very traditional. So I've tried online dating and it doesn't work for me. The best form of dating for me would be based on recommendation. Like, say, oh, this guy is a nice person. You can be friends with this guy. You can get to know this guy. I know him. Then I can work with that. Or like we meet physically, and then we can even easily assess each other's vibes and physically and see this person is okay mentally. I'm talking to you. I'm interacting with you. I know how you think, even if it's just for a short time. Then we can take it off and continue the conversation. And then
when you are living, you know, you are living at the quarter to the end of the world right now. Okay, so all the brothers now that want to, like, you know, say hi. How will you see physically?
That's the issue. That's the issue.
That's one of the problems of living abroad.
And another thing, so, too, having to pay for online dating, I find it weird. That's another thing. I find it weird that I have to subscribe and then I'm literally paying to meet a guy. I don't know how I feel about that. There is another one I have tried earlier. It's like a Christian.
Balaji is calling us. Let me ask. Why are you disturbing us? We are recording.
Okay, so having to, like, a Christian mingling center or Christian dating it's just not for me. I prefer just meeting the person and taking it off from there. I know you talked about my dream guy being Yoruba and all of that. And you know that
you have changed. The older you get, the wider your option is.
You know that my choice for a Yoruba guy has always been influenced by both of you because, like, I am best friends with 2 Yoruba people and I'm so conversant with the Yoruba culture. So, like, it's just something that I'm attracted to. But irrespective of that, I am totally open to any tribe, any country. I'm open to, as long as the only factor is just know God. That's it.
You're a Christian.
Yes,
just have a relationship with God.
Because I know that for me, when it comes to dating, I know dating, marriage, there's always a thing that is required of, like, being submissive and all of that. And for me, I want to be able to submit to a guy whose heart
submitted to God.
is submitted to God.
So how would you say, and that's the last question, how would you say that, you know, getting older, of course you're still a young baby girl, we are still young baby girls, okay? How would you say, like, but you know there's a time when you are younger and all the guys are coming and you feel like I beg, I don't have time and stuff.
Yeah.
And then transitioning, because you get to the age where now you want the relationship, you want to be the and all of that. Would you say that has helped you to like cut down on some of your barriers and some of the, you know, things that, you know, some of the guards that you've put around yourself?
Absolutely.
Would you say that has been a factor?
Absolutely, it has. I remember then in university, I was always like, no, I just want to make good grades. I want to pass. I was so what's the word? Like, I had this strong anxiety that I need to come out with first class. I need to be the best, you know. Like, I had that aim for me, yes. And because of that,
and we all did, by the way, all of us first class graduates. So don't get it twisted, okay?
And with that, I was always pushing guys away. I'm like, no, I want to just be focused. And then now I am in that state where I feel like, okay, the guys can come now, and they are not coming like that. So what I do is that, yes, you try to lower down your guard to an extent. That's just it. The only factor that I know I have not changed has been the God factor. But over time, other things I get to, you know, there was a time in my life I used to tell you guys I want to date a guy with pot belly.
Yes, a Yoruba man with pot belly.
But now that is so not the case anymore. Because I realized that I can always give you the pot belly myself. So all those kind of things. You know,
and that's some period.
Time.
Anyways, this has been such a fun conversation. This is Christy, guys. You see, you will see the difference between the interview I had with Christy and Bolaji, and that's literally the difference between their personality. Bolaji is a very serious, very, you know, straight to the point kind of a person. She's fun. No, I'm not saying she's not fun. She's fun also. Bolaji can be very, very hilarious. Okay, she makes us laugh a lot. But you see, Christy does not. She's. I just love her. I love her personality. I mean, Christy is that friend that when I'm going through it, I want to call her because I know that she will have something to ginger me up, something to make me feel good and all of that. She's really that friend that you want to have in your corner. And to be honest, I am so grateful to God. If we talk about our friendship, we were enemies. Christy did not like me. I didn't have anything against. I didn't even know this girl has issues with me. She did not like me at all. But you see now, she cannot do without me. You see the way God works. Anyways, thank you guys so much.
Okay, so I just wanted to say that let this not discourage you as a single person who is thinking of jackfiring to any part of the world. Don't be discouraged that when you get there it will be so difficult to like find love and all of those things. Don't let this interview or this chat to discourage you. Still push ahead and jackpot to wherever you want to jackpot to. And if it is a white man or a black man, an African man, anybody you meet is totally okay as long as the person makes you happy. So if you are someone that wants to do online dating, I know people who have met online and they are married today. So it works for different people differently. So don't be limited. And if you are someone that is looking to, I'm not encouraging you to date people outside of your Christian faith, because light and darkness, the Bible says, has nothing in common, and two cannot agree. If two cannot work together except they be in agreement. Okay, so I'm not advising you to do that, but I'm just saying you can be open-minded and try things, and most importantly, explore. It is okay to explore. It is okay to go outside of your comfort zone. Don't be like me. I'm still a work in progress, and I'm hoping that next time I'm on this channel talking about something in relation to relationships, it will be a totally different scenario.
It will be God has done it. This was how it happened. Thank you so much for sharing that. You know what you said, it's so important, because I know someone that is like, if it's not an African, if it's not black, it's nothing. Now she's head over heels in love with a white man, so you never can tell. Sometimes our spec keeps us in the box. It keeps our, you know, so that we don't give grace to other people, and sometimes what you think you want is not what God wants for you. So anyways, thank you so much for rounding that up really good. So yes guys, remember to go on Christy's channel. I'll leave how to contact Christy below. If you want to follow our Instagram page, please make sure I also leave our channel linked below. Make sure you follow and subscribe on our channel. Thank Thank you guys so very much for watching. Remember to like this video, share on your Instagram stories, and tag me, okay? Yeah, and then remember to subscribe if you haven't. Thank you guys so much. Until we meet again, I still remain your favorite girl, Victoria, and thank you so much, Christy. You guys have an amazing week, okay? Bye.